Hello, Paul Stryer here of Digital Course Warriors. This is video number 4 of a 10 video series on how to create online courses and coaching programs. Now, before we get started, as always, make sure you hit the like button and the heart buttons and the subscribe buttons and the bell buttons and share this with as many people as you can so that we can share and service as many people as we can with these training videos. And also, make sure you comment below the videos with a hashtag Digital Course Warriors and your questions so that we can answer as many questions as we can to help as many people as we can. With that being said, number 4 is creating your communities. You need to create communities and your fandom, and you want to do that at the beginning when you're first getting started. So if you've gone through the exercise of creating your brand, you know what your passion is, you've figured out what the name is going to be because you've polled a bunch of people and you figured out what the name and the tagline of the business is going to be, and maybe even a logo by now. And in my course, and if you ask me, in the comments below, I can help you come up with places to get your logos done and your branding if you can't do it yourself, which Canva is your friend. You can do a lot in there being a layperson if you don't do graphics. But I digress. But what we're here to talk about is your community. So when you first get started, you've got that name. So now let's take that name and create a Facebook group and a LinkedIn group and any other place that you do social networking, and let's create groups. I highly recommend that you only do it in one place. I highly recommend that you focus on only one of the social networks to start. So if it's Facebook, only do this in Facebook. If it's LinkedIn, do it in LinkedIn. It really depends on what your topic and your subject is as to where you're going to be. But let's say you do it in Facebook. So you create a Facebook group with the name of your course, because you've already got the name of your course so that they match. And then use the same branding and logo. So if you have a logo and a brand, put that in the cover, and then write a first post that tells what all your course is about and what those outcomes are, what they're going to get out of your course. And then start getting people into this group. Now, don't just get anybody in there. You don't want just your friends and family in there. You want your target audience in there. We talked about target audience. So if you found your target audience in other groups, very nonchalantly invite them into this group. Excuse me. Now, you don't want to just do this directly in other people's groups because they will kick you out if it goes against the rules. Now, if they say it's okay to go ahead and post things like your group or whatever, which is usually not okay in most groups to post, or promote your business and your stuff. But you can start talking to people in posts in that group and then get them into DMs or direct messaging and then tell them about your Facebook group. Say, hey, come over to my group, and it's a targeted group of people that are on my subject. So if your subject is yoga, then these are all people that like this style of yoga, and we're all talking about it and having a great time conversing about it, and I'm about to start putting some free training into that group. That way you'll start getting people that are actually warm audience there. Now in that group to begin, don't just go in and start trying to sell your course. Go in and start being an educator. Go in and be the authority in your subject in that group and start posting daily. Now consistency is the key. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you ain't going nowhere. You have to be consistent. You have to show up daily, and you have to post. You have to get in there and also answer the questions that people post in the comments and respond to the comments. Respond to every single one of them. Show that you care and that you are there. If it gets to be too much, you can hire people, virtual assistants, to do that for you. You can also get bots to do it for you. I don't like the bots because it's not as personalized, it's not as customized, but you can train a virtual assistant to answer the way you would have answered, and you can hire people to do it, or you can just do it yourself in the beginning. Maybe get one of your top fans in your group to help you start answering. Make them a member. Make them one of your teammates, because they're asking so many questions and they seem educated and they know how you're going to respond. Get them to start responding for you on a lot of the questions too. But you want to start building your fandom before you start building your course, so that when you get done with your course, you have some warm market to start presenting to. Or if you decide to do your course live, you can do it live in that Facebook group. And if you have 1,000 people in there, that's 1,000 people in a warm audience. I have one person that was building a recipe book, and she had been talking about this kind of recipe. It was a vegan recipe book. She had 60,000 people in one of the groups that she co-hosted. That's 60,000 warm people for buying her recipe book. That's incredible. And I think she had another group that was hers that had like another 4,000 or 5,000 people in it. So she had like 65 to 70,000 people that were warm as soon as her book was ready to launch. And she could have started pre-selling it, but she decided to wait and launch it and then sell it. But that goes to show that she had built this audience. Now, she didn't plan to write the book when she built the group. She was just doing a group because she loved vegan food and was making a lot of vegan food and just wanted to share with like-minded people. Then she decided to create this recipe book that's incredible. So if you want to hit me up in the comments below to find out the location and the name and everything of that vegan book, hit me up below. I'll be glad to post it so that you guys can enjoy her book. It's incredible. She just launched it last week. With that being said, let's get that community built and let's start building some fandoms. If you don't know how to build a Facebook group, hit me up in the comments below. I'll help you get it started. If you don't know how to do logos, hit me up in the comments below. If you don't know how to build branding, if you don't know how to poll people in Facebook, hit me up in the comments below. I'll be glad to help. And if you really want to dive deep into it, you can always take Digital Course Warriors Blueprint, which is my course and coaching program that teaches you everything you need to know about building online courses, all the technology, all the marketing, all the little tips and tricks, because I've been building classes for over 25 years now. I know all the tips and tricks on how to do this. So let's get that community built. Let's build that fandom so that when you're ready to launch your program, you have fans to launch to immediately, so you can show yourself some success right off the bat too. Because if you launch a course and you don't have a sale for 3 months, you're going to lose interest and move on. But if you build a course and you can sell a few right on the first day that you launch it because you have a warm audience, that's fantastic. So again, please hit the share button and share with your people. Hit the like button so that the algorithms will like us so that we can share with more people, and comment below, ask me questions, and please put in that hashtag Digital Course Warriors in the comments. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Cheers.